First, I would like to wish the people of the Bahamas much strength during their recovery period, and may they be able to build back stronger and better. I wish to thank the former Minister, Nicholas Gettison, for his tireless contribution to the redevelopment of St. Martin during his tenure as Minister of Rummy. I was happy to serve by his side and to work with my colleagues in the cabinet. I have accepted the offer of being the new Minister of Rummy, with the understanding that there is still much work ahead to be done. I'm confident that with the support of the entire ministry and my colleagues in the Council of Ministers, we can achieve great things. On Friday, August 30th, I was sworn into office. Right after I returned to my office to ensure everything was in place to start some minor roadworks last week, Saturday, August 31st. Being that we are currently in the peak of the hurricane season, my ministry will primarily focus on minor road patching and will tackle the larger road repairs after the hurricane season. My ministry will continue with the much-needed road painting of the road markings in order to improve road safety. On Saturday, August 31st, I visited NVGEB and had a tour of the facility and a healthy discussion with the CEO, Mr. Chittick. I conveyed my concerns about people being left in the dark and was pleased that a solution was found to repair the damaged engines. I was assured that the system GB now uses helps to controllers to manage the load evenly. The electricity and water supply to homes and businesses should be stable, dependable, and uninterrupted. To do this, we need to fully support GB's efforts to rebuild after being devastated by Hurricane Irma and Maria. In the coming weeks, I will be looking forward to meeting with the management and board of NBGEB on their future plans, especially concerning the possibilities of green energy for St. Martin. I will also schedule a meeting with the St. Martin Housing Development Foundation regarding their vision and the pending repairs. Suitable and safe housing for our citizens is priority, and as such, needs to be addressed. My goal is to work with my colleague ministers, the honorable members of Parliament, our public and private sector partners, and the community to continue to rebuild as quickly and efficiently as possible. Together we can and we will make the difference for our country and sustainability restore St. Martin to its glory. Lastly, I wish to thank everyone who has sent their best wishes and congratulated me on assuming this new role as I continue my journey in public service. I look forward to working for the people of St. Martin.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Over the past few days, I, like many of you, watched with sorrow the dreadful storm Dorian as it caused extensive damage and disrupted the lives of many people in the Bahamas. Indeed, we can relate to its devastation here on St. Martin, as we still are recovering from Hurricanes Irma and Maria and their destructive powers. My thoughts and prayers go out to the Bahamians in this challenging time. Approximately 2 weeks ago, I initiated a meeting with the Ombudsman, Ms. Mussel, and her support staff, along with the Secretary General of the Ministry of TIAT, the head of the Department of Inspection, the head of Economic Affairs Department, and my Executive Secretary. The objective of the meeting was to begin the discussion on resolving some inherited issues within the Ministry of TIAT that date back several years. Following the meeting, the Ombudsman disseminated a press release to the media, to which her surprise was a complete misrepresentation of the details and facts with an even more misleading headline. She expressed as much to me, and I thanked her for providing clarity on the matter in a conversation that we had via telephone. I respect the media as an essential part of our democracy and therefore want to encourage all media to strive for accuracy with integrity. An excellent approach to the dissemination of information to the community who depends heavily on it will be increasing dialogues with those who know. Seek the truth and write it. With your help, we expressed our concern over the Today newspaper, and now it is removed. A more daring headline, of course, would be that the Ministry of TIAT rejects any 2% increase in tariffs for GEBE customers. And that would make an interesting headline. On Friday, I attended the annual shareholders meeting of the Dutch Caribbean Air Navigation Service Providers in Curaçao. It was an excellent opportunity to get updates on the matters pertaining to air traffic control services in our region. I am happy to report that we are receiving and reviewing candidates to determine who will represent St. Martin on the board of DCANSP for the very first time. Last week, I also discussed with the Bankers Association on St. Martin the much talked about Caribbean Financial Action Task Force and its effects on our economy, which is solely dependent on tourism. Following that meeting, I held discussions with members of Parliament and my colleagues in the Council of Ministers to see how best we can address the issues associated with it. I also discussed the increasing restrictions imposed by local banks to persons interested in opening accounts. I recognize that rules are put in place for us to follow, but these rules should not restrict our citizens from quickly accessing essential services. The Bankers Association has also indicated it is primarily their corresponding banks and the central bank that have stringent demands for their information. I have suggested that we must ensure that our people can save their life savings without the hassle, so they can also have a nest egg in difficult times. I hope that the banks, supported by the Chamber of Commerce, who attended the meeting on my request, will soon find ways to stimulate economic activity among small and medium-sized businesses. Discussions have already started with the World Bank on the options of stimulus for the local companies, which I hope will reach soon fruition. I also met with the World Bank to discuss St. Martin's tourism marketing strategy plan. At that meeting, I conveyed my wish to see more done via the World Bank Trust Fund. The Trust Fund was intended to put relief towards the people of St. Martin post-Hurricane Irma. 2 years later, my people are still suffering, roofs still need to be repaired, schools are still not fixed, and funds for marketing the destination and an increasing of economic activity are very much needed. Finally, thanks to the Department of Communication, on Tuesday, the Ministry of TIAT prepared a mini-series that takes you behind the scenes to give you a look at what the members of staff and in my ministry have been doing to redevelop St. Martin post-Irma. The mini-series will be featured every Tuesday via DCOM and 107.9 FM Gov Radio. I encourage all members of the community to tune in to these stations to get first-hand information on the progress we have made thus far. In the coming weeks, additional media outlets and social media will feature the weekly program.
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Viv now.
Alright, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact WIB today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices, the Wynwood Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
Who you're for.
Allow me to start the press briefing with extending words of support, empathy, and wishing the government and people of the Bahamas a lot of strength at this time after having gone through what they have gone through. The scenes that we all have seen must have, and I know that they have, reminded so many of us on St. Martin of especially the scenes on St. Martin following the hurricanes Irma and Maria of 2017. So my heart and my prayers go out to the people and the government of the Bahamas, wishing them much strength at this time. I also want to encourage the different initiatives that have already started on St. Martin with respect to extending help and aid to the people of the Bahamas in the true St. Martin spirit. Many persons did not wait on a call or an indication from government or otherwise, but have immediately taken up the challenge and started to organize. Some of the service clubs I know, individuals and other organizations have already started different drives to assist the people of the Bahamas. Next week is a meeting week of Parliament, but a very important one, as next week you will have on Monday the closing of the parliamentary year, and on Tuesday the opening of the new parliamentary year. Normally this event, the opening of Parliament, will be in the context of the Governor, His Excellency Eugene Holiday, making a government's declaration. And I stress governments because His Excellency the Governor will be given to Parliament the statement, a declaration of the government's intentions during the coming year. And from that declaration, we should be able to get some insight into some of the immediate plans of government for the coming year. The theme surrounding this year's parliamentary opening will be on the environment of St. Martin. Our theme will be the environment of St. Martin. And like we have done last year, we will be recognizing some persons in the community that have contributed to environmental causes on St. Martin out of their own free will and without really looking for any acclamation or reward as such. The environment, our environment, is a very broad area, and there are so many things that either can promote, can assist, or also can destroy our environment. So again, that is the theme of the opening of Parliament, and what we will be doing as well is looking very specifically during the coming days, so next week, looking very specifically at the matter of the plastic ban or plastic bag ban on St. Martin. As you know, at Parliament, there are several initiatives regarding the matter of banning plastic bags. One of these initiatives, one coming from myself as a member of Parliament, is to amend the General Police Ordinance to include this ban on plastic bags. So while that initiative, as well as another initiative regarding that matter as well, will be handled, will be dealt with by Parliament, but what we have also agreed to as a Parliament is to put a focus on that matter as well during next week. And we will be having a guest speaker from Aruba, Ms. Calvajal, who has been instrumental and a driving force behind the plastic bag ban on Aruba. In fact, there is an evaluation of what that ban has yielded, what the status is of the ban after it has been in effect on Aruba for some time. So this presentation to Parliament will also be taking place next week as we continue to finalize the legislative trajectories on the matter of the plastic bag ban. We have also asked the different government ministries that has something to do or could have something to do with this matter to present to Parliament what they are doing. The ministries that we believe have something to do or should have something to do with the ban on plastic bags are the Ministry of Tiat, of course, the Ministry of Vromi, responsible for the environment, as well as the Ministry of Justice for the enforcement, because it is one thing to have a law and a prohibition in a law, but of course without enforcement you will not get anywhere. However, as a Parliament, we strongly believe in having the buy-in of the community where this is concerned, because without that buy-in you wouldn't get very far either. So that is the theme of the opening of our parliamentary year next week, in addition to all the pomp and circumstance that accompany the opening of a parliamentary year.
On behalf of the Council of Ministers, I would like to welcome our new Minister of Vromi, the Honorable Christopher Waver, to the Council. Thank you very much, Mr. Waver, for accepting the duty of serving our country at this level. There's much to be done. However, we can progress and make a difference with unity.
At this time, I too extend my empathy and sympathies to the people of the Bahamas. As Louis and Irma survivors, St. Martin knows all too well the trauma that the devastation of a Category 5 hurricane brings. Our condolences go out to all those who have lost loved ones. You are in our prayers. Material damages will be repaired or replaced, but our loved ones leave us with memories to cherish and legacies to honor. We're thankful that the storm has finally passed your islands after so many days. My brothers and sisters in the Bahamas, as Caribbean people, we stand in unity with you. We are a resilient people. So, as dismal as the grounds may seem, the clear skies above give us hope for better days ahead. As your motto states, forward, upward, onward, together, I'm confident that the Bahama land will march on. I would like to thank all who have reached out as individuals, groups, or organizations to give aid to the people of the Bahamas. We are stronger when we stand together. My cabinet staff has been in contact with the Tallahassee St. Martin Foundation, and all protocols are in place for our students as Florida prepares for the passing of the hurricane. The storm has weakened, but also broadened. Therefore, the hurricane watches and warnings are still in effect for the eastern states of the U.S. We keep all our students and the general U.S. East Coast population in our prayers. An announcement concerning the SSSD workshop. There are several students in secondary school or recent secondary school graduates who are interested in continuing their studies in the Netherlands. And for this reason, the Student Support Services Division will be hosting a workshop on Thursday, September 5th, 2019, entitled Applying to Schools in the Netherlands. This workshop will be held at the University of St. Martin from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Students are encouraged to be on time and to register for the workshop since space is limited. If parents or students have any questions on these workshops, they can contact the Student Support Service Division at telephone 543-1235 for more information. They can also visit the Student Support Services Division office, which is located in the Amigo building across from the police station next to the Windward Islands Bank. The Student Support Services Division also invites the public to join a parent support group session this evening, Wednesday, September 4th, from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. The topic for the session is discipline, strategies parents can use to promote positive behavioral change in their children. The purpose of the meeting is to facilitate an open dialogue on the best practices of establishing clear and effective boundaries with children. The session also aims to address ways in which parents can enforce boundaries without the use of bribery, without the use of threats, and without the use of corporal punishment. Please contact the Student Support Services Division at 543-1235 if you're interested in joining the group. Space is limited. This is not a workshop, but a support group, so please contact the SSSD in advance if you're interested. This past Sunday, I had the privilege to represent the government of Dutch St. Martin at the call to national prayer at the Christ Ambassadors Ministries International in Concordia. Pastors made a call to leaders and citizens of both the French and the Dutch sides for prayer for the nation and for the island in its entirety. The president of the Collectivité de Saint-Martin Mr. Daniel Gibbs and his team in government were also in attendance. During my address, I asked the pastors, the congregations, and the people of St. Martin, Saint-Martin, to pray just for three things, namely good health, wisdom, and unity. There are a lot of things we can pray for, but I think if the good Lord would bless us with these three things in this order, we can become a people and a government that would be unstoppable. The call to national prayer service ended with both Mr. Daniel Gibbs and myself carrying our national flags and placing them next to the cross. Let us continue to pray for good health, wisdom, and unity for St. Martin.